So we have already discussed microorganisms help in cleaning the environment. Then afterwards we have discussed that there are various types of microorganisms which are been harmful, and all the harmful microorganisms we call as pathogens because they are causing certain types of diseases. Then afterwards we have discussed the types of disease. Communicable disease, as I told you, that the disease which can be spread easily. Clear? Then carriers means we know that there are been different microorganisms which are been responsible for causing the disease. So there are various agents or carriers which help in transmitting the disease. For example, we suffer from malaria. Okay, understood? So here this one, mosquito act as a carrier, means that helps in causing the infection from infected person to healthy person. Clear? Okay. Now have a look on page number 24 of your NCERT textbook. Here the table has been given and it is told that there are different microorganisms which are been causing different diseases in human body. Okay, likewise tuberculosis or as TB, which has been caused by bacteria, and how it has been transmitted or how they are being transmitted by air, and these are the symptoms and all that given and how we can cure. Okay, so here if you look carefully on this table which has been mentioned, we can clearly say that different diseases are being caused by different types of microorganism and their mode of transmission is also different. Clear? Okay. Next, disease causing microbes in plants. That means not only the animals are suffering from the microorganism, but in case of plant also many diseases which are being caused by the microorganism. Likewise citrus canker. Okay, citrus canker means in citrus plant it caused by the bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. In the similar manner, rust of wheat by the fungi and mode of transmission, that is air or seeds. In the similar manner, yellow vein mosaic of bhindi means the yellowing of the leaf of the bhindi, that is caused due to the virus, and mode of transmission takes place with the help of insects. Okay. Next one, food poisoning. Food poisoning means spoiling of the food. Sometimes when we eat any food, we get stomach pain very badly and we are getting vomiting as well. So when we go to doctor, we come to know that we are suffering from the food poisoning. Understood? Means the presence of any particular type of microorganism is responsible for food poisoning. Understood? Or the serious illness in our stomach due to any particular food is known as the food poisoning. Then afterwards, as I told you that whatever the food we cook or we have at our home, we need to preserve it because everywhere microorganisms are present. If we keep open our food, the microbes will enter into it and will be responsible for causing various types of diseases. So here we will discuss what are the different ways by which we can preserve our food. First one, chemical method. Okay, chemical method. Like we can add sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite. These are the chemicals which we can use to add in our eatables to preserve them or store them for very long time. Then next one is preservation by common salt. We know that common salt, what is that? NaCl. A salt which we use normally in our day-to-day life is also helpful to stop the growth of the microbe, and in this manner we can preserve our food item for long time. Okay, for example here amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, these can be preserved. Understood? And then next, preservation by sugar means by the addition of sugar also we can preserve certain foods like jams, jellies and squashes. Clear? Next is preservation by oil and vinegar. So by addition of oil and vinegar also we can prevent the growth of microorganism in any food. Understood? Then heat and cold treatment. That means if we put our food items under very cool condition, then also it will stop the growth of the microorganism. In the similar manner, if we put food items in very hot condition, means we will heat, then it will also prevent the growth of the microorganism. In this way we can preserve the food items. Okay, then storage and packing is also very important, and we have to be very careful. Then next comes to nitrogen fixation. Here as I told you that there is the bacteria known as the rhizobium, which has been found on the roots of the leguminous plants. Leguminous means the plants which are been called as the pulses. Likewise pea plant, beans and all that. So this rhizobium bacteria are being found on the roots of these leguminous plants, and they help in the fixation of nitrogen, and in this manner they fix the nitrogen biologically. That means that is a natural process. Understood? So it increases the fertility of the soil, or it fulfill the requirement of the nitrogen into our environment. Understood? And you know that how much amount of nitrogen is being used by the green plants. Next, nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle is very important cycle. We know that there are 78% of nitrogen present in our environment, but as it is present in abundance, then also it cannot be used directly by plants. Understood? Why? Because it can be consumed by the plant in its compound form only. Understood? So how it has been converted, it is mentioned here in figure 2.10. okay, atmospheric nitrogen, that means 78% of nitrogen which has been present in the environment. Here this one. So how it can be fixed, or it can be converted into its compound form? We know that there is the process called thunder and lightning. Understood? So that time N2 which has been present in the environment gets converted into what? Ammonia, NH3. Clear? So afterwards then it can be as it is converted once into compound form, can be used by the plants. Okay, then another way is nitrogen fixation which we have discussed already, that is done by the bacteria and blue green algae. Okay, here I told you already in the previous topic, and in this way the atmospheric nitrogen is been fixed. Then bacteria in turn fix nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. So here the further conversion of nitrogen into its compound form is been done, and once it is been converted into compound form, can be utilized by the plants. Clear students? See, here it is been converted into compound form, then only it can be uptake or used by the plants. Okay, and we know that all green plants are being eaten by the animals. So in this way, from plants to animals, the nitrogen is being transferred. Then when any animal they died, and the excreta which they release, in that also nitrogen is present, then again it will be transferred here like in the soil. Understood? Because excreta and all that animals they are doing in the soil only. Okay, then in this manner again and again nitrogen is been fixed in the soil. Then here it is shown that bacteria turn compound of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen. That means here bacteria they free the nitrogen. Clear? Because they are also present in where? In the soil. When once the compound is reached in the soil, are being simplified by the microorganism. So in this manner the circulation of, or the circular or the fixation of the nitrogen takes place from one form to another form, and this goes on continuous and continuous. In this manner the requirement of nitrogen by the green plant is being fulfilled. So your all topics of this chapter are being completed already. Okay, I hope chapter number 2, that is microorganism, a friend or foe, is been understood by you all. And if you have any doubt, you can ask when we will have the regular classes. And till now your homework is to complete chapter number 2 on your science notebook, and please revise the full chapter, read each pages of this chapter, then you will better understand the lesson. Thank you students.